If you work as a manufacturing facilities engineer, installing a new piece of equipment can be as complex as the machinery itself. From prep work to alignment and testing, it's your team's job to put it all together. That's why it's good to have Grainger on your side. With industrial-grade products and next-day delivery, Grainger helps ensure you have everything you need close at hand through every step of the installation. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to the Dogs Podcast with your hosts, Blake Reneker, Justin Charles, and Josh All.
What's up, Browns fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Dogs Podcast. Special episode today, live here at Shenanigans in Dover, Ohio. Here with Jason from the Tuscarawas County Browns backers. We've got a super cool episode lined up for you guys today. We're going to be joined by Hanford Dixon here in a little bit. We're going to be talking all about the first preseason game and Shedeur Sanders' debut. Before we do, though, remember, if you want to get thoughts and interests on the show, head to thedogspodcast.com. Tap leave voicemail on the drop-down menu. If you're watching on YouTube right now, please like and subscribe. Make sure you tap the notification bell so you miss any of the content we're putting out. You can listen to the show on Apple and Spotify, and you can also find us on any of the social media platforms. Just search at the Dogs Podcast. Lastly, if you're looking for more Dogs content, head to jointhedogs.com, become an official Dog Pack member on the Patreon page, get access to the private Discord, play fantasy football with us. How long are we keeping that up for? Sign-ups?
I'd say another week and a half. I mean, we're pretty close to the cutoff.
So if you've been on the fence about it, make sure you guys jump in there so you don't miss out on one of the leagues this year. Again, that's jointhedogs.com to become an official Dog Pack member. And man, I'm like the guy who reads at the end of the medication commercials all the side effects very quickly. That's how fast I just got through that opening right there. Well, hey, we appreciate you sitting down. First of all, we appreciate you putting on another awesome event, the second one of the summer, and we appreciate you having us at both of them. And why don't you just kind of tell people what's going on? What are we doing here today?
Yeah, so we're going to have Hanford Dixon then. We're actually partnering up with the Tuscarawas County Humane Society. All the sales for food and raffles 20% of that will benefit the Humane Society.
That's awesome.
So who else would you rather have for the Humane Society than Hanford Dixon? The original dog himself. And we're also want to have an adoption event going on too. So there will actually be dogs here that if someone needs a dog, come down, check it out, take a fur baby home.
My wife's on her way down, so thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah,
my wife already said, I think we need 2 dogs.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be working on our strategies together here in a little bit. Okay.
If anybody wants to adopt the world's most annoying corgi, I just live around the corner. We can do an unofficial adoption. We can do an unofficial adoption. You guys can go home with it today. I'll give you a cage, a carrier, some toys, some treats. It's all yours. Just the only thing it'll cost you is your sanity.
But no, we're thankful enough for Lene to support us like the way she does.
Absolutely.
Without her help and backing, we wouldn't be as nearly as successful. And along with you guys too, bringing us on, keeping the word out. It's definitely a community team effort, and we appreciate your guys' part of it too.
No, we just appreciate it. It's been super cool, kind of like both, I feel like the Tuscarawas County Browns backers and us as a podcast have kind of like been on the up together.
Yes.
So it's been the last few years. So it's been pretty cool. Not to like pat ourselves on the back that we're on the up, but but yeah, we're super excited to be here. We appreciate this. It's going to be another awesome event. So if you guys are local to Dover, Philly, really anywhere within driving distance of Dover, Ohio, come to Shenanigans. Check out the event. Hanford Dixon's going to be here.
He just walked
puppies.
in.
He just walked in. So it's going to be a great time, and we're super excited to be here.
Yep, noon to 3 today. And autographs for Hanford's $20 a piece. A lot of good raffles going on here too. So come down and check it out. Great food as always too.
But it's awesome to have you here. This is a great event. We're super appreciative of the T-County Browns backers for having us out, having you out. And we appreciate you taking the time sitting down with us, man. This is awesome.
Oh, man, you guys are welcome. I'm just happy to be here. I mean, especially now. I mean, we're all, I guess you guys are like me. We've just been dying for some action or something to watch on during the week or on the weekend. And now that football season started, so I think we all could put a smile on our face and everybody just be happy.
Yeah, it's super nice to have something to talk about that we've actually watched. No more speculation, no more just guessing. And I guess just to jump right into the game, what were your takeaways from that game? How impressed with you were you with Shedeur and I guess just the team in general?
You know what? Anytime you can get a win, I think it's just great, and that's what preseason is all about. I mean, obviously, you're trying to bring the boys together, get them ready for the regular season, and I've been a little bit disappointed pretty much throughout the week because, I've always thought that this kid Shedeur was a good player. I knew he could play. Me personally, I'm just surprised he fell to us at number 5. I mean, I was a little bit afraid because when Pittsburgh was getting ready to pick, I said, "Oh my God, they're going to take this kid. They're going to get him," and they passed up on him. So I was really, really happy. And but I'm glad he's on our football team. And on my show, I said, "You watch and see what I tell you." I said, "This kid." I don't know when, but at some part during the season, I said this kid is going to take over and he's going to start because he can play. I mean, he really can. I don't know why you look at a lot of people. I don't know. I don't want to say they're against him, but they don't like him. I don't know why. I mean, when you look at it, you look at his background, and the kid has always been playing football. I mean, it all starts with his dad, Dion, and the kid has been going through a lot. I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard the story of Dion, with his health problems and everything he's had. And, all that in the back of his mind, and he's still trying to come here, and he's still trying to learn the system, learn the plays. And I was just real excited watching him play. I mean, I got goosebumps because the way he handled the offense. I mean, he was poised. Whenever he had to tuck it and run, he was able to run with the football. And I know you guys saw the same thing I saw when some of the throws he made. One. Did you guys see the one where I think it was 3 defenders was there?
Yeah.
I mean, I
put my hands over my eyes for a second, and then the family started cheering, and I realized it was safe to.
But I think, and a lot of people, I'm not one to believe that you have to take him, sit on him for like 2-3 years, and then see what happens. Me, they didn't do that to me. I was a rookie. They threw me in the fire. I strongly believe that you're going to make some mistakes. No problem, no doubt about it. But you learn from those mistakes, and you're not going to do anything but get better and better and better. And I talk about me. I said, I remember when I was a rookie, my rookie season, I had to play against Lynn Swan, John Stallworth, I'm saying, hey, you got to sink or swim right now, So, and then you have Bradshaw throwing the damn thing. So, it is what it is. But overall, I'm excited with the way we played. Again, I'm not crazy. I know it's still preseason. And the good thing about it, I mean, we played against some of their starters, which was really, really good. And then you look at him, he didn't have, Jerry Jeudy was not out there. A lot of the starters was not on the field. So I'm hype. I'm really, really hype, and I'm just happy right now.
Some of the things, one, like the people who don't like him, I'm with you. I don't understand the hate for because he has confidence and and I see confidence without being overly arrogant.
Right.
Like ever since he stepped foot into Cleveland, he's been humble, putting in the work. Like to me, he's everything you want in a rookie quarterback, a guy who can be the face of your franchise. The moment's not too big. He's used to the lights. So I don't know. I've been big on him since about halfway through college football season last year. I started being like, I think this could be the guy the Browns. I would have been all for if we took him in number 2 overall. Yes. We ended up getting him in the 5th round. I know one of my biggest takeaways from the game, obviously from snap to pass, like we know how accurate he is and stuff. But all we've heard is how Dylan Gabriel and these other guys are so much further ahead of him in terms of all like the pre-snap stuff and in and out of the huddle. There are no problems in and out of the huddle, smooth operation.
Yes.
Well, we have 1 pre-snap penalty, and that was when we started having 3rd and 4th and 5th string guys in there. Like, I thought it seemed like a totally super smooth operation, no hiccups. That was the stuff I came away impressed with.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I've heard the same chatter and everything about Dylan, and again, Dylan is on our team. I mean, I want to see all of them do well. I want to see him do well. I was a little bit shocked when we drafted the kid with the 3rd pick. I was a little bit shocked, but we did, and he's with us right now. But we all know that this kid can play. I mean, they can say what they want to say. We all know he can play. They talk about being cocky and confident. I mean, if that was a crime, when I came out, I would be in jail right now. I mean, because, I didn't care who I was playing against. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to get you. I'm going to, I don't care what you say. I am the man. And that's just the way I thought. You have to believe that because the guys you're going against, they're good too. But I thought he was very, very humble after the game because if you listen to some of the things and the comments he made, he said, look, I think I played well, but I still know that I still have to grow. I still know that there's things that I could do better. I mean, I'm like you. I thought what he said was just right on point and right there. And again, I can't wait to see more of this kid.
Absolutely.
I mean, when they were talking to him about his performance, the reporter, she was kind of like, hey, that was a great performance. And he was like, no, not really.
Right,
and you could just tell he was very disappointed because it wasn't to his standard. We're all sitting here going, sweet.
Holy crap.
He looked good. This is what we were hoping for. And he's expecting more. And, if there was ever a moment like pre-snap or post-snap that he didn't know what was going on, he sure didn't show it. Because it looked like he was calm, cool, collected the whole time.
He knows and understands that he can get better and that there's a better Sanders, there's a better
version of him,
out there. And he's willing to say, hey, you guys just wait. You think what you saw there, it's going to get better. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited about the whole thing. I just, still I'm cautious.
Oh, yeah.
Because, we all get excited at this time every year. Whenever we're getting ready to start, we was excited last year at this time, and look what happened. We only won 3 games. Mm-hmm. But I just think this team right now, let's just fly under the radar a little bit and just get ready and see what happens.
It's got to be. I didn't obviously watch him much when he was at Jackson State because they weren't on TV around here. But this has got to be the first time he's played with an offensive line that can give him a little bit of time, any kind of running game. He had almost no running game at Colorado. Obviously, he had Travis Hunter, but now he's throwing to David Njoku eventually, hopefully, Jerry Jeudy, other NFL wide receivers. So we've seen him play at such a high level when, not to call everybody around him scrubs or anything, but he's been having to carry a lot of the load, in terms of the teams he's played on, and now he gets to play behind an offensive line that can give him a little bit of time. He gets to turn around and hand it to a running back who can get him 4 or 5 yards. So I think not only is he can elevate us, but the players around him, I think, it's a match made in heaven, in my opinion.
Well, I think so too, and you hit it right on the head. Obviously, we know Jerry Jeudy is a number 1 receiver. Mm-hmm. I mean, some of the things that he can do is unbelievable. We need someone else to step up. We have. I can't wait to watch, and hopefully he's. I know he's hurt right now, and he's going to get Cedric Tillman.
Yeah.
Big target. I mean, big target. And you talk about the tight end, Njoku. I mean, there's a kid right there who we all know him. He loves to come out every game with his shirt out.
Mm-hmm. If I look like that, I'd do that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Do a podcast like that.
Hey, I said, David, you do what you want to do, baby. As long as you take care of what you're going to take care of the field. Yeah. And he does. What about the kid from that looked pretty good? The kid from Kent State.
Yeah,
Florida.
I mean, I hope he looked like he
tweaked
it or pulled it a little bit, but just the one-arm catch. And this kid, man, he reminds me of a guy that used to be on our team that we played with, a guy by the name of Brian Brennan.
Okay.
And I used to say about Brian Brennan, I said, Brian Brennan can catch a BB in the dark. That's how good his hands were. And I knew because I used to go against him all the time in practice. So there's a lot of, and then you talk about the running backs. I'm telling you something. Watch this kid from Tennessee. Sampson.
Yeah, Stone Sampson.
I'm telling you guys now, this kid can run. This kid can play too. And then there's a lot of bright spots on this team. Obviously, I always say the game of football is played in control up front with the offensive defensive line. And our offensive line, I think, with Joe Petonio leading the way, these guys really, really have to come in. Have you guys had a chance to see you guys, DeJuan Jones.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went up and saw him at camp.
Yeah.
Listen,
way different.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Massive. I mean, just absolutely massive. I was doing like this one event with him downtown, and I was standing up beside him, and I looked up and was like, man, I didn't know you was that damn big. He's absolutely huge. I mean,
Yeah.
what, 6'7", 6'8".
6'8".
He came in lean to camp too. He looks
trimmed
good.
down.
He was an Ohio State guy, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You guys Ohio State fans?
Absolutely.
Big time.
I see you, dog. You
Yeah.
got a big one.
Yeah.
You got a big one coming up against Texas. Who is that? Texas? You're
Yeah.
playing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn, I can't wait to see what
That's
you
gonna
guys
be good.
do. That's a big one coming up. Going there, but yeah, I know I'm getting off track.
No, you're all right. You're fine. Yeah.
I had to bring that one up a little bit, but that's going to be a game.
Yeah,
that's
it will
gonna
be.
a game.
This episode is sponsored by Manly Bands. Browns fans, it is time to upgrade your ring game. Head over to manlybands.com/dogs and check out everything Manly Bands has to offer. Some of the coolest bands materials that you're going to find. I love going through and looking at everything in their Jack Daniel's whiskey barrel collection. I mean, you can get a wedding ring made from a Jack Daniel's whiskey barrel. That's awesome. They've got the Lord of the Rings collection. They've got DC Comics, and they've also got the other materials too. Gold, white gold, that kind of stuff. They've got meteorite. They've got dinosaur bone. They've got all kinds of stuff. And they have a ton of other gifts as well. They've got barware. They've got chains. They've got wristwatch. They've got all kinds of stuff. Anything you need if you're looking for manly rings and manly things, head to manlybands.com/dogs and make sure to use promo code CAMP25, CAMP25, to get an extra $25 off your order. That's manlybands.com/dogs, promo code CAMP25.
Since 1989, Mount Hope Fence has set the standard in outdoor living. From decks and railings to fences and patios, we've got you covered. Our lineup features top brands like TimberTech, AlumaGuard, Preferred Railing, and Unilock, along with our own premium Duralux vinyl products. For over 30 years, we've partnered with contractors ensuring reliable job site delivery. Discover quality and excellence in all things outdoors with Mount Hope Fence.
To kind of talk to the starters, though, he obviously didn't have the starting offensive line receivers, any of the first-string guys, and I keep seeing people online say, guys, it was a preseason game. Why are we getting so hyped about it? This is the first time he's ever gone against it. Like, everybody on the Panthers, whether it was second or third, they're all NFL players. Yep. He's only ever played against college guys before. This is the first time he's gotten this opportunity, and it didn't look too big for him. It didn't look too challenging or overwhelming. He stepped right in and did what he's always done.
Yeah, and like I said, I knew it wasn't going to be too big for him. I just, I was having some problems and trying to figure out why we were not giving this kid the reps or some reps. I know we have a lot of quarterbacks on this football team, but to give all those guys reps and not give this kid any reps, I'm saying, what the hell are we doing over there? What's going on? And then think about it. We pretty much just threw him into the fire without any reps or anything like that. Yep. I mean, and look how this kid responds. And he's not going against the scrubs out there. No. He's going against their first defense. Yep. And look how he performed. Look how he handled himself, just like you said. I mean, I was the guy who was driving me on my way up here, and he said to me, Hanford, he said, you went out on a limb talking about this kid and how you felt about him. I said, it's just you watch him play and you could tell if you could play or not. I mean, it's just that simple. Either you can play or either you can't play. And this kid can play.
We were excited just to see him in like some live game reps. Like we went into this preseason game going like, you got to temper expectations, but like, let's see, a throw or two where you're like, hey, maybe this kid's got it. You saw multiple throws like that where you had to go away from it. I just felt like it was so refreshing just to see nice throws and competent quarterback play, lining them up.
And how about this? No dirt balls.
No, it was fun to watch a Browns game. Yes. It was the first time in a long time where I was watching the game and I was having a good time, even though it was a preseason game.
You get excited.
I was enjoying myself. I'm texting these guys talking about we found our guy. He's Neo from the Matrix. He's the one. I'm losing my mind. But
I didn't know that he was. I knew he was shifty, a little fast there, but man, some of the moves that he had to put on to get away from like that edge rusher, which
that double spin.
I mean,
it's a double spin.
right. But you know, the kid is, and it's just funny. I mean, we're all talking about him, and me and Ozzy was talking. You know, I know he was watching. You know, he acted like he wasn't, so he called me, and he said, Dick, I said, yeah. He said, we see him. We said, well, we knew he could play. You know what I'm saying? Hell, we knew he could play. So, because, I think the second game, the first game we opened with the Bengals here, and then I think we go to Baltimore.
Yeah.
So we go to them. So I said, well, that's all right. I just hope he's ready or whatever before you. One thing we know about Flacco, and I like Flacco, and I don't have a problem with Joe Flacco starting the season. I have no problem whatsoever. And because Flacco, we've watched him, and Ozzy was the one that drafted Flacco too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But one thing we know about Flacco, he's going to throw something to us, and he's going to throw something to them.
This is so true.
So let's hope for a while he can hold us up for a little bit, but until somebody else is ready, one of those quarterbacks we have. And obviously we got Pickens, who is listed on the depth chart as number 2, and then I think Dillon is number 3, and then we got Shedeur, who is number 4, and Watson was number 5, but we brought in Tyler, so he's number 5, and then Watson is number 6. So Watson, I think, is on the PUP list. So there we go.
I think I feel pretty confident saying Huntley's just going to be a camp arm, most likely. So I guess in terms of like the main 4 with Joe, Kenny, Dillon, and Shedeur, you can't imagine they're going to take all 4 into the. Who do you think is going to be the odd one out?
Ooh, that's going to be that's a good question, and you're right by Tyler. Huntley. I think the only reason why we brought him in is because we had some of the guys that got hurt.
Yeah.
And but I think somebody's going to be trade bait, and I think it's either going to be Pickens or Dillon. They might keep Dillon because Dillon is their 3rd round pick, and normally when you draft a guy that high, you're going to give him every opportunity to make this team. Dillon, I mean, he could play now. Didn't he beat Ohio State?
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did.
We got him back when it counted. We got him back when it counted.
I have one question. How come everybody face changed?
You know.
You guys are face changed when I said that.
It was tough to watch that one, man.
But on a serious note, I think because we drafted him with the 3rd pick, I think it's going to be kind of hard to get rid of him. So, and I could see us keeping 3 quarterbacks, and Pickett. It wouldn't surprise me if we can see him improve or something. If we can, maybe somebody will want him and we'll trade him or something. But I mean, obviously, what is this 3rd, 4th year for him? He was the number 1 pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and still just haven't showed anything yet. And who knows? I mean, maybe I don't know. But like I said, I'm not against any of them. I mean, they're all on our team right now. They're Cleveland Browns, and I'm behind each and every one of them.
If there was I thought if there was a play caller that Kenny Pickett could succeed under, it would be Kevin.
Yeah.
I thought like he would fit into the system really well, and then he gets banged up, and now he's hurt. And I never realized how many injuries he's kind of sustained throughout his career until he got banged up. And he's missed a lot of time with injuries, and it's one of those things where I almost feel like if he could have played well in this preseason and showed out, he would have been like the Saints need a quarterback. Like some of these teams need another guy, and he's doing us a disservice. I don't know. Obviously, he didn't get hurt on purpose. I'm just being a little.
Now the Rams might need a quarterback depending on Stafford's back and that ruptured disc or whatever. Yeah.
Well, I think it's funny that you mentioned Kevin and his offense and the plays. Am I mistaken? I thought Kevin wasn't going to call the. Kevin is calling the plays.
Yes. Taking it back.
Okay. See, it was funny because I was telling you before the season. Who was the guy we got rid of that was calling plays?
Ken Dorsey.
I said if Ken Dorsey, if Kevin would have came to me halfway through the season and told me he was giving me the play call, and I told him no, I don't want no part of that, because I knew I could see what was going to happen with that one a while. As soon as he gave it to him.
Yes, sir.
Somebody was going to get out of here. But, I agree with you. Kevin, he's got a way with quarterbacks, and if anyone can get Pickett going, I think he can. So like I said, I'm excited. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sitting down with us. They're telling us that they need you out back.
You
So
guys are so welcome, and I want to say thank you guys for having me, and go Browns.
It was a pleasure. Our pleasure. Thank you. Yeah, let's go.
This episode is sponsored by Southern New Hampshire University. Browns fans, do you ever feel stuck in your current job? Like if you just had a different degree or some more education in a certain area, you could do something you really want to do. Well, Southern New Hampshire University has the answers for you. Head over to snhu.edu/bark to learn how you can get started on your new career today. SNHU is one of the largest online accredited universities in the United States, and it's radically affordable. Their online tuition rates are some of the lowest in the nation. So seriously, what are you waiting for? Head over to snhu.edu/bark to learn how you can get started on your degree for your new career, 100% online and 100% on your time. snhu.edu/bark.
What if everything you've been taught about happiness is wrong? We chase careers, approval, more stuff, hoping it'll finally make us feel fulfilled, but it never sticks. What if happiness isn't out there, but already inside you, just waiting to be unlocked? Discover the book, The Happiness Experiment. Every person has a unique happiness type, and when you understand yours, everything shifts. You'll stop chasing and start creating joy on your own terms. Discover your happiness type with a free happiness type assessment. Go to myhappinnesstype.com. That's myhappinnesstype.com. It takes just a minute and it might change your life. Then grab your copy of The Happiness Experiment at Books A Million. This isn't just a book, it's a practical framework, a journey inward. It's a tool to help you reconnect with the happiness that's been waiting inside you all along. Pick up The Happiness Experiment and start your happiness experiment today.
Well, we want to obviously thank Hanford.
No,
that was awesome.
Yeah,
So huge shout out. I saw a lot of guys in the chat talking about how big a Hanford Dixon fan you guys were. So that was really awesome. And if you're in this chat and you happen to be driving distance to Dover, Ohio, you can come meet Hanford Dixon. We're here at Shenanigans Bar and Grill in Dover, Ohio, for the Tuscarawas County Browns Backers event. So if you're local and you want to meet Hanford, today's your day to do it.
Yep.
$20 autographs, taking pictures, all that good stuff, ton of cool raffles. So we're super appreciative that we got to sit down with him. That was awesome.
That was cool.
And also, he also has his own podcast. So go check out his own podcast sometimes. So we can keep talking about the game then.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to throw out real quick before we go more game stuff is just, will you guys be shocked at all if, I believe training camp picks up again tomorrow, will you be shocked if it comes right back on social media on X and it's Shedeur Sanders back to fourth team reps, he's fourth-string quarterback?
Not at all.
This is one of those things where if that happens, the internet will literally melt.
I think it will. But I think it's gonna happen.
Me too.
I think it'll be
absolutely.
You're gonna see Zach Jackson posting tomorrow saying, "Hey, it's business as usual. Shedeur's taking the third string reps and Dylan's mixing in with the ones, and everyone's gonna be pissed."
Yep.
I just don't understand how you can do it.
They can do it,
especially because
they will.
It's not like Dylan Gabriel's been in camp balling out. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And same with Kenny Pickett. And I'm getting the sense that Kenny Pickett's hamstring injury is a lot more serious than whatever
as advertised.
than advertised. Joe Thomas kind of mentioned that it was like a severe hamstring injury, or I forget the exact word he used, but basically it's a tougher injury than we thought it was.
Right.
But neither one of these guys have been in camp just dominating, being like, "Oh, these guys are playing really well." By all accounts, they both sucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people have been talking about Dylan Gabriel practice coming to a halt when he's in the game. Oh, the camera's moving a lot right now.
I know.
So then if you got Shedeur who can come out and do this in game action, he started with 2s and 3s going against 1s. And I don't think the Browns looked overly great in that first quarter when our 2s and 3s were playing against the Panthers. Now, we weren't getting our asses beat, and we were kind of holding our own, but we looked like it was a struggle to kind of get going. But then as soon as the Panthers put in their 2s and 3s, we took them behind the woodshed. You know, like once it became an even playing field, we ran away with it, and we held our own with guys, second and third string guys, in a rookie quarterback getting his first action. It was 7-0 in that first quarter.
Yep.
Or was it 7-7? I don't remember when we got our first touchdown. But either way, like I came away impressed with the team in general. Like pre-snap penalties weren't an issue.
Right.
We had the one pre-snap penalty. There was one kind of knucklehead play call where it was 4th and 1 and we went empty. And I'm like, you got a rookie quarterback.
Kevin.
You got a rookie quarterback who hasn't been getting reps, and you're going to put him in empty and 4th and 1 where he's like, if there's ever a time where you got to be able to pre-snap, recognize pressure, slide protection, that know your hot checks. That's when you need to know it,
right?
You know, and you just put him out there on 4th and 1. And you're like, well, let's see if he remembered this. You know what I mean? And so I didn't like that play call, but I thought overall, like the Browns as a whole, special teams, like outside of Dustin Hopkins, who you got to get rid of.
Okay.
You got.
I'm glad we're on the same page here.
But I thought the special teams looked great.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Well, and Luke Floria, so he kind of had an issue returning that one punt.
Yeah.
Kind of muffed it a little bit, and then he was you could tell he was trying too hard. But then he came back and made that sweet one-handed grab on offense. It's like, hey, just don't wallow in your mistakes. Get back, focus, and continue to play.
Have they said like an injury update on him?
I haven't seen anything. That'll come out tomorrow.
That's one I'm a little worried about. Like if he's injured, he was kind of like on a fringe.
Yeah, talk about, though, you know, how it didn't look as great when it was our 2s and 3s against their 1s, and then people want to blame that on, you know, well, Shedeur didn't do so well when it was their 1s. The protection wasn't as good because it's our 2nd and 3rd guys going against their first string. He doesn't, like you said with Hanford, he doesn't have Jerry. He's throwing to Caden Davis, a UDFA that not going to make this team probably. He'll probably be on the practice squad, but nobody knows who he is. And he's the one making the plays in the end zone. Imagine if he's thrown to Jerry Jeudy.
He's handing off to a running back who actually turned out to have like a pretty good game. I thought looked good, but
I thought he looked great.
When he took his first carry, I was like, who's running the ball right now? I was, you know, were you guys, I guess we kind of texted about this, but what did it say to you about the fact, like the lack of playing time for Dylan Sampson? I guess there's a couple ways you could take it. Like he's not good or something's going on, or they're like, okay, this guy's a baller and he's going to be playing a lot, so he's not playing in the preseason.
I don't know the answer, but what I would say is based on what I thought going into the season, I thought that Sampson could have been a legit, way higher up pick for, you know what I mean? The guy's a stud running back. He can do it all. His film in Tennessee's crazy good. So it's one of those things for me. I'm like, I want to believe that they're saving him. You know what I mean? That he will be the hopefully one when things get going. But
I kind of took that too as, let's see, Sampson's not getting many carries out here. And they said they were going to hold out the starters for this game, and he got 8 snaps or something.
Yeah,
I thought
2 carries.
2 carries. I thought, okay, they're probably setting him aside. Like this is going to be one of our lead guys, and it kind of gave me bad feels about Quinshon.
Well, they also gave me bad feels that Pierre Strong and Jerome Ford were also out.
Pierre Strong was injured, right?
Well, I'm just saying, you know, if it comes down to the starters are out kind of thing, Ford's sitting out also. Honestly,
Ford's penciled in as the starter, and also he started training camp with an injury, so they're probably still easing him into action and stuff. But Pierre Strong was out with an injury in this one.
I'm sort of just operating under the assumption that Quinshon Judkins will never play for the Browns. That's just kind of where I'm at right now.
Sucks, man. It's terrible.
It sucks real bad. But no, I thought Amani Marshall had a really good game. Another guy who I was actually super impressed with was Gage Larvadane.
That kid has to make the team, right?
Like I know he's little, and I'm not trying to pump him up like an Austin Watkins target merchant in the preseason. He just looks very fast, catches everything. Like I loved him on the jet sweep. Put his foot in the ground, got north and south. Like he knew it was the end zone was there. He didn't string it out and just try to get out. Like he was like north and south.
I see the opportunity to take it.
I was super impressed with him in that game.
And his name continues to come up every day at camp. It's not even like once here in a while you might see a little video of him. Every day, Cleveland Browns are putting out footage on him where, you know, it's a touchdown or it's a nice, you know, route and catch. I don't know how you can keep him off the team. right now. But I mean,
what are you going to do? You're going to keep David Bell over him?
Right,
David
that's what
Bell
I'm
in his
saying.
final year of his rookie contract, still injured.
No, I don't want to sound
sense.
irrational, but I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I kind of know what we have in David Bell.
I do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
It's not
a thing
irrational.
No, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes I feel like
We know, and it ain't much.
Okay, right. So if you're going to give an opportunity, give the opportunity to the guy that's showing right now.
I'll tell you, a guy who I wasn't impressed with was Deontay Johnson. First pass off the hands.
Yeah.
And I was just like, we're dropping balls
Vintage.
already. Vintage Deontay Johnson, in which I'm not selling him after one preseason game, especially a preseason game where he didn't play a ton. He only got 2 targets. But I was like, come on, man. You're the best wide receiver he's got out there right now at the start of this game. And he hits you right in the hands on a slant, and you just break off your hands. Like, come on. You're like the one guy out there right now that he should be able to depend on.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was impressed. I was impressed with Larvadain, Floria, obviously, Marshall. Defensively, whew,
Yeah.
Carson Schwessner is a freaking baller.
Yep.
All over the place. Like he's a stud.
Did you see his stat?
Yeah, he had like half the plays he was in, he had the tackles.
13 snaps. He made 6 tackles, and 4 of them were solo. And this is the kid who led the FBS last year with 90 solo tackles on the year.
He's in coverage some of the time. Like
he had a nice coverage play. Yeah.
I was super impressed with him. Mason Graham,
Yeah.
getting double teamed.
Yeah.
You know,
And still wrecking.
And good luck double teaming him when he's playing next to Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Can't.
I double dog dare you.
How about just the whole defensive line in general?
Alex Wright, I thought.
Yes. The pressure was there.
This is one of those things too where we were. I won't say we weren't like bend and break, but like we were giving up plays. Obviously, the Panthers were playing with all their starters and stuff, but we only gave up 7 points. Like right, or 10. It ended up being 10, but they only give 1 touchdown. I thought the defense, like every time I was like, oh, the Panthers are starting to move the ball a little bit. Next thing I know, they were punting.
Yep.
Right.
You know, they'd pick up 10 or 15 yards, but then we'd hold them to a punt. I was like, man, defense. Maybe the defense is going to be. Well, this is without Miles. This is without Grant Delpit, Denzel Ward.
Who was the UDFA? Was it Dom Jones? I think the UDFA cornerback later in the second half of the game or whatever. But it was really holding his own, and it just made me a little more confident in the depth, at least on that side of the ball.
I mean, last year we were like, man, that doesn't look like there's any depth.
Right. As long as what's his face, Rayshawn Jenkins doesn't get kicked out of every game in the first quarter.
I'll tell you another guy who popped off the defense on tape for me was Winston Reed.
Yeah.
I thought he played really well. And who was, I can't think of his name now. It sucks. The defensive tackle on our kickoff team.
Defensive tackle on kickoff.
Yes, because they kept talking about it on the broadcast. He made every single tackle on our kickoff team. And he's a defensive tackle, and they were like, what is this guy doing on kickoff team? And how is he making every
It wasn't
tackle?
Ralph, was it? Ralph Hall? I saw him get on Andy Dalton fell down, and he was the second guy.
Help me out here in the chat if anybody remembers this. Joe Thomas, they kept talking about it. Every time we kicked off, this guy dude made the play.
Was it? It wasn't. Aiden Huntington is an edge.
But he was, I forget who it was, but I was like, who is this guy? Why is he so big?
We're still asking.
Why is he running down the field?
We're still asking who he is.
He was 66. Let me see.
That's Aiden Huntington, right?
There you go.
Is it?
He's the UDFA.
Yeah, he was friggin' stud on kickoff team. Like wrecking people. And I was like, oh, man, our special teams unit has me a little bit jazzed right now.
He's a guy that I think might make the team because he plays inside outside.
Yeah.
So not just a DT, but I mean.
Right. And then you'd have the special teams play on top of that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Royce in the chat, by the way. Help me out with that. Thank you.
Nice.
This episode is brought to you by Bodden Sports. Browns fans, it's summertime. Time to get outside and take advantage of the beautiful weather and play some backyard games. Head over to boddensports.com, BADEN sports.com/dogs, and check out all their summertime gear. And for 10% off your entire order, just use promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, when you check out. Now, if you guys love pickleball, Bodden Sports has all the gear you need, including a variety of paddles, balls, and complete pickleball sets with a pack-and-go carry case so you can play in the backyard or take it on vacation to play with the entire family. Bodden Sports also has volleyball and badminton sets, croquet, horseshoes, bocce, and even Vikings chess. And no summer break is complete without some good old-fashioned wiffle ball. Plus, Baden has all kinds of different basketballs with special outer layers that are designed specifically for whatever surface you'll be playing on. So don't waste 1 second this summer. Head to badensports.com/dogs to get the backyard outdoor gaming gear that your family needs and get 10% off your entire order with promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, when you check out. That's badensports.com/dogs.
Let's talk Dustin Hopkins.
Okay.
Oh, do we have to?
I just don't see a world in which you can go into the season with him.
The first, we had 2 field goal, 4th down opportunities where we could have kicked field goals and we went for it. And I just kept thinking, okay, I know it's preseason, especially the first one was 4th and 1, whatever.
See what the kids got.
And then the second time I'm like, do they just not want to put Dustin Hopkins out here just in case he does suck? And then whenever he came out to kick that PAT.
Did you?
So you were talking
it?
So he texted like, "What is going on with Dustin Hopkins?" And I was like, "What? He made it." And he was like, "Yeah, but he almost missed it." And I was like, "I'm not going to complain about guys who make kicks."
And I was like, "Dude, did you see it?"
And then I'm like looking online, and everybody's going,
"He missed it.
He missed that. It wasn't even close. How did they?
They gave it to him.
How did they make it? How did they say? And they gave it to him. But
it's preseason for everybody.
Shedeur took his helmet off the one play that he got sacked to yell at Canella, and Tommy Reese is back there going, "You can't take your helmet off." The refs didn't see that either. So it's preseason, but he missed the first kick he had.
He was statistically 3 of 4, but if an official had eyes, he was 2 of 4 on extra points.
So let me present it to you like this, Blake. I'll ask you a question. Would you rather have Dustin Hopkins and whatever's going on with him, or just any kicker?
Any kicker.
Any kicker? We did this already, and it's terrifying, but I know what you're saying. I get it.
I just watched the guy from Jacksonville make a 70-yard field goal. And
he's not getting cut.
Our kicker can't make an extra point with any kind of consistency. Go get the kid we interviewed who's in the UFL.
Matt McCrane.
Yeah.
Go get him.
Didn't he make the league, though, last year? Wasn't he kicking in the league? I thought he got brought on.
He plays for the Defenders. They just won the championship. I was actually going to see if he wanted to come on the show here one of these days.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, what do we got to do? Do we got to start the Matt McCrane to Cleveland campaign right here on this podcast? Because
with Hopkins, it was okay. So last year, obviously, the confidence wasn't there, and everyone was like, "Oh, maybe he's still dealing with the injury." It's like, well, then get somebody else in here who can make a freaking kick. And then it's like, okay, remember he didn't kick at all in training camp until just this past week. I think the last day of open to the public. He actually did some kicking drills.
Correct.
And it's like, why aren't they letting him kick field goals in front of people? What is wrong with this guy?
It's one of those things where we need to be able to make field goals consistently, and our coach needs to have the confidence to be able to call our guy out there and kick him and not have to go for 4th downs, because you saw our scoring plummet so much last year, in part because we couldn't kick field goals. How many times would we get into the inside the 30 and come away with nothing because we missed a field goal? And it's just, the offense is going to be more than likely tough to watch as it is. We need every point we can get. We don't need to be good. We're the world's worst 4th down team. We can't go for it on 4th down every time. Our percentage is 6% since Stefanski's been here. It feels like we got to get a kicker. It's unbelievable.
It stinks too, because 2 years ago we went through a year of Cade York. Who knows who it's going to be? Then we get Hopkins, and for a year he was the guy that he walked out there and you're like, we're winning this game. And then it was like the complete opposite last year. I know last year they were saying, they never really said what was going on, but they said a lot of stuff at home was going on, like family, whether it was health or what was going on. So if kicking's a lot of mental, but if the guy is not mentally there, I mean, this is a business. We talk about it all the time. It's a business. Yep. If you're not performing, it just sucks because we signed to a huge contract.
I know, and this is kind of like what the Browns do, though. Even if a guy, and it kind of goes to like Dylan Gabriel being that still taking first team reps, even if they're not performing, they stick with them longer than they should.
It's fair.
Or don't make the move when they need to, and it ends up blowing up in their face. Like last year, you needed to replace Hopkins. You didn't, and we just continue to miss kicks all season long.
That's fair.
I just, what we don't need, though, is a punter.
Yeah, no kidding.
MVP still, man.
He left off right where he had 5 punts for 255 yards. He had a 51-yard average.
good.
He picked up right where he left off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He freaking booting it, putting it inside the 10, basically led to our first points on the muff. Like he's a like a field position flipper every time he steps onto the field. We can be backed up inside our own 20, and that doesn't mean anything. They'll be backed up inside their 20 because he's going to boot it 80 yards somehow. Like, it's nice. It reminds me of for a long time the Browns' best player outside of Phil Dawson was Chris Gardocki, our punter. So I feel like we're right back. It's almost like we're right back to, if we didn't have Myles Garrett, our best player would be Bojo. I don't even try to say his last name anymore. Bajorquez.
That's good.
There we go. Did anybody else catch your guys' attention? Anything else you guys think we need to get into here?
Go ahead.
No, you got it.
I just, in general, I went away from the game. You've already touched on it. Obviously, Shedeur Sanders, that was super impressive. That was awesome. But I just came away with how the command of the offense was, just how buttoned up they looked. Our thing was we were terrified all week that it was just going to be a complete disaster. It was none of that. It was very, very refreshing.
It was. I mean, especially after the offense that we had to endure last year. I mean, it was hard to watch. Nobody knew what they were doing.
No.
And, so much has been debated and argued about online and on all these shows and podcasts and stuff about was he set up to fail? Did they, throw him out there, throw him to the wolves or whatever? It's like, I think the progression of how it all played out, I mean, they can't control the injuries. That led to, he was the only one left standing when it came to this first preseason game. And it's just all the narratives about he's so far behind in the classroom, he's not up to speed on the, the terminology and the pre-snap stuff. I think we can quit talking about that because it looks like he's okay.
Which to me then says there's no reason to keep him from getting some of these reps.
Right.
Because the biggest reason we heard why he wasn't getting those reps is because they needed to get him up to speed on all this other stuff. Well, he seems like he's up to speed.
Yeah.
Or at least up to speed enough to let him go get some real reps. I just don't understand. What do you tell the kid after he comes out and plays like that and be like, okay, back over, throw him to the janitors?
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, what do I have to do then to get a shot to be able to get some meaningful reps? I'm with Hanford. I'm totally still on board with Joe Flacco being the week one starter.
Absolutely.
I think he gives you the best chance to win week one. He gives your vets the most to play for week one. But I think as this season inevitably starts to slip away from us, without being too negative here, there should be a transition to the rookie quarterback that we need to see play before we draft another one next year. And to me, that rookie quarterback undoubtedly should be Shedeur Sanders.
Absolutely.
Like there's no question. I'll be livid if he's just right back to the bottom of the barrel.
I think that's what we got to prepare for, though. And then, obviously we'll do a preview show later in the week for the Philadelphia game on Saturday. But
big metric
test.
As
long as if Dylan Gabriel's hamstring isn't holding him out this week and everything, and he can practice, I mean, I would strongly expect him to be in the game, potentially start that game if they're not going to start Joe Flacco. If Kenny Pickett is as injured as they say. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be Dylan Gabriel before Shedeur. Still. I'm not saying it should be, guys, so don't tear me apart. I'm just saying that's what I expect.
Honestly,
from this
though,
team.
Josh, I'm with you kind of because as much as I'm like, I don't think to me, it's no doubt in my mind what's going on. Like, I don't know how you watch that and go, yeah, Dylan Gabriel's ahead of Shedeur Sanders on the depth chart, but like,
I guess we haven't seen him we don't have any game action to compare Shedeur to Dylan, but we have game action Shedeur compared to what the reports we're hearing out of camp
and video of what's going on.
You know what I mean? What if Dylan Gabriel comes out, say he's healthy enough to practice this week, he starts this game and he's not good, struggles mightily. What do the Browns do? Are they willing to admit to themselves that this guy's better than this guy, even though we fell in love with this guy and we weren't even going to draft this guy until it became the value was just too much to turn away from? Will they be willing to do that?
You have to. You absolutely. If they don't do that, they're doing a disservice to the team, the players on the team.
For sure.
It's a complete disservice.
The whole organization. I mean, I would question
everything from the top down.
I talked to Jake Burns last week from Browns Film Breakdown, and I mean, he's just very much on the stance that I know. I see the bots in there. He's very much on the stance that like this team can't afford to not put the best quarterback on the field, and I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, if the coaching staff in the front office are guaranteed their spots and they know they're safe, and they're committed to this Dylan Gabriel thing. We saw what they did last year. They did not put the best quarterback on the field every week.
You're right.
It was not a priority. So I do question whether or not it's actually going to happen. These flies in here are nuts. Yeah. They want to be on the stream so bad.
Yeah, it made me lose my train of thought. But it's one of those things where somebody said that Gabriel fits better in Stefanski's scheme on paper. Man, I don't know. With Shedeur's ability to be on time and on target and his accuracy, that's kind of like bread and butter for Kevin. Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting week, and it has a chance to be a tumultuous week on Browns X. Because I'm telling you, if the reports come out like we all kind of think it's going to happen, where he's right back to 4th on the depth chart and he's running in between trash cans and throwing to the water boy.
What are we doing?
So
what the hell are we doing?
We can talk about it real quick too. Kevin Stefanski's comments after the game the other day. He was asked, like, is this, Shedeur's performance, is that going to move him up the depth chart or give him some, higher reps or whatever? And Kevin really word salad danced around that question. Like, we just need to, see where the injury statuses are at. We really want to get a good evaluation of all our quarterbacks. And it was like, okay, but he's still 4th on the depth chart.
In defense, though, his entire time with the Browns, he's never going to air it out in the media like that. That should be a behind-the-scenes, closed-door conversation in the quarterback room. Like, I
did think it was a good sign, though, that, like, when Shedeur is out, AB is down on the sideline, like, talking to him.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want to buy into this narrative, like, that they hate him or they're shunting him. If that was true, they just wouldn't have drafted him.
Right.
You know what I mean? But so I thought that was good that AB's down there talking to him. But I just want to see him be given a chance, because he's clearly earned it, and I thought he is the most talented in the room anyways once we drafted him.
So we talked with Hanford about, are they going to keep all 4 of these guys? Will there be a guy traded? So we got Justin here, not you, obviously. Justin in the chat says,
hey, Justin,
I'm calling for a curveball here. What if they trade Sanders?
I'll be pissed.
How? Now you would talk about Browns X melting down. That would be terrible.
Oh, you mean there's a guy that came in and played reasonable quarterback play and actually looked like he knew what he was doing, and then of course we would trade that guy away so that he could crap on us for the next 20, 10, 15 years.
I think this is what the kids are saying, but I'd crash out.
Crash out hard, bro.
I'd crash out.
Yeah, that'd be it for me, I think.
Oh, I hope that doesn't happen, man.
Same.
Be smart. Be smart, Browns. I know it's not your forte all the time, but be smart.
Oh, man. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up. First of all, huge shout out to all 516 of you watching.
Hell
this is a Dogs podcast record.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had this many people concurrently watching on one live stream. So we're very appreciative of you guys all hanging out with us here, middle of the day on a Sunday, watching us on your phones or your computers or maybe your TVs. But either way, wherever you're watching, we appreciate that. We're also huge shout out to the T County Browns backers and Shenanigans here in Dover for hosting, letting us set up here. If you're local to Dover or Philly, anywhere that you can get here, they will be here until 3 o'clock p.m. today with Hanford Dixon, dog adoptions, all the money being raised, not all the money, but a significant portion of the money being raised today is going to the Tuscarawas County Humane Society. They got the top dog, Hanford Dixon, in-house today for the event. So come meet Hanford Dixon, adopt yourself a dog, take my dog home for free if you want. It's just a great event here, and Shenanigans has great food. So stop in here if you guys are local. Make sure and tell them we sent you. But and somebody says hit the like. Yeah, if you're watching right now on YouTube, like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton.
Sure does.
And again, before we jump off here, if you want to play fantasy football with us, you got about a week or so to get signed up. Head to jointhedogs.com and become an official Dog Pack member so you can play fantasy football with us. Again, we appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you guys sometime later this week.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dogs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at The Dogs Podcast. Get your thoughts on the show at thedogspodcast.com.
This episode is sponsored by Butcher Box for Pets. Browns fans, we love our fellow dogs, our Dog Pack members, and the Dog Pound faithful, but let's not kid ourselves. The most important dogs in our lives are, well, our dogs. Your furry friends aren't just pets, they're part of the family. But the question is, what are you actually feeding them? Head to butcherbox4pets.com/products to see all the options for your dogs, including fresh and dry foods, treats, meal toppers, and even toys for your dog. If you're not sure what your dog will like best, try the Premium Nutrition Adult Starter Pack, and they even have a vacation bundle to take care of your four-legged friends while you're on vacation this summer. And right now you can get 20% off your order with promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, when you check out. At ButcherBox, they believe in real ingredients. Their pet foods have been developed and certified by vet nutritionists to contain zero artificial flavors or preservatives. You get protein-packed formula with over 50% of the recipe comprised of third-party certified humane ButcherBox meat, plus functional ingredients like pre- and postbiotics to support your dog's vitality and digestion. I know that sounds like a lot, but the bottom line is your dogs are getting the nutrition and the value they need, and honestly, that they deserve. I know our home wouldn't be the same without Odie, our 100-pound golden retriever who thinks he's a 10-pound lap dog. He is not, but it gives us peace of mind knowing that we're giving him quality food instead of just that factory processed garbage from the store. And speaking of the store, no need to go. ButcherBox for Pets delivers their high-quality food right to your door. So head to butcherboxforpets.com/products and use promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, for 20% off your order. It's time for us dogs to give our dogs the nutrition they deserve.